Welcome to Hualin Jade Street in the Liwan district in Guangzhou. This place is known for being one of the largest trading centers of jade and gemstone in the world. When people say jade, what is jade? It's actually really two minerals. We say jade, but there's nephrite jade and there's jadeite jade. Nephrite jade is the ancient Chinese jade that's been around for thousands and thousands of years, and we usually associate it with kind of a mossy, dark, earthy green color. Now there's also jadeite, which was, I don't think it was discovered until maybe 1860s or so. And that is much more rare and much more expensive. So you've got two different types of jade. We're going to see them both today, nephrite and jadeite. We're going to go to Liwan a little bit later. This is just literally across the street. And we found this really awesome bangle dealer for jade. And just look at the quantity of all this. Every one of these is Burmese jade, and it's all natural. There's no treatments to anything in this booth. It's a great place to explain the difference between quality of jade and prices. So first of all, these are going to range from about $1,000 to $3,000. And that's actually the least expensive stuff at this booth. The reason being is that these are very beautiful. They're a little bit darker and a little bit more cloudy than, say, the clearer ones are going to be over there. And the evenness, when you take a look at a bangle or jade, you want to take an even transparency if you can, as opposed to spots of cloudiness or blotchiness. So that's going to determine the value. Blotchy, cloudy is going to be less expensive than transparency that's evenly spread out. And of course, you've got color as well. Let's talk about these green pieces first. One way to tell the quality of jade is to use a flashlight, and you can take a look at that transparency I was just talking about. So these have a little bit of transparency, but I see some cloudiness and I even see some internal fractures. Still a very, very, very beautiful piece. And the green is a nicely desirable color. Price on these here at the market, $5,000. Let's step up to this favorite of mine. I personally love lavender. A lot of people do too. It just depends on your color. Now this has a lavender color, and it's a little bit more dispersed evenly in terms of its transparency, and it is a little bit more transparent. So when you shine light on these, it allows you to see if, number one, how transparent it is. A more transparent piece will be a more expensive piece. It also enables you to see if there's any sort of internal fractures or cracks. And it also now allows you to see if the transparency is kind of even, if there's any blotchiness or cloudiness in the piece. Price on those, $10,000, I think.
Yes, more than 10,000.
Yeah, so this is double the price of these guys. This is one of my favorites of the table. And I love the color, first of all, because it's got the lavender and the green. How does it work? Nothing here is treated. Now, sometimes they'll dye pieces of jade to make them look lavender green, but in this case, everything's natural. So that means that this was grown this way. So it just happened to be that way. When it's carved, it comes out the way that the jade naturally was developed. So if you get a close-up over here, you can see that these are even more transparent. You can see the light kind of popping through the top of it. So even better transparency than what we've seen so far. And nice and even. And on top of that, you got great color. This is a really, really, really beautiful piece. Now this is a gorgeous piece. How much can I buy it for? $55,000. If I were to buy a bangle, for me, it would be black jade. Yes, jade isn't just green. It's all sorts of colors. We'll talk about that in other videos as well. But we found a few blacks. They don't fit me, but these are pretty cool. This booth is all nephrite jade. So nephrite jade is the ancient Chinese jade. Jadeite wasn't discovered until quite a bit later, and now that's considered the much more rare jade. But nephrite can be green. Everybody knows it is green. It tends to be kind of a mossy, earthy green, often with some black spots in it. Often caused by graphite. I wanted to stop at this one for a second, and there's lots of them here. But this is a great way to talk about treatments. One of the treatments for jade is dye. And if you take a look at some of these colors, it doesn't really take much to tell whether they're dyed. They look dyed. And there's nothing wrong with it, but you just, of course, should know that they're dyed, and they're going to be a lot less expensive. I'm a pearl expert, same in the pearl world. Nothing wrong with dyed pearls as long as you know that they're dyed and they are treated. Always disclose the treatment. So this is a great example because you can just tell by looking at that, dyed. I mean, look at these guys here, dyed as well. So these are going to be all dyed versus some of the other booths we've seen. Just wanted to point that out. I was asking for black because I'm really in the mood for a black jade bracelet, maybe beaded. So these guys sell the beads in different colors, so you could make your own. How do you sell them? Is it by the weight or is it by the bead?
Only by piece.
By the piece. So I could buy, say, 20 of those and make a bracelet if I wanted to?
I don't think so. Maybe whole lot.
Oh, by the piece meaning the whole bag.
The whole bag.
And then how much would a bag something like this cost?
Almost 3,000 for this bag.
About 3,000 for
Yeah.
this, yeah. And then how much are these? These are the bigger ones.
这种多少钱一个？500 per piece.
Boy, and it would probably take about 30 to make a necklace, I would think. We're in Guangzhou, China, and at a jade market. I got a few tips for buying jade. Number one, well, is it jade? And one great way to tell is, you may have heard of this, the cool test. If it feels a little bit cool to the touch, then it might be jade. Plastic will feel a little bit, well, less cool. But keep in mind, quartz can feel cool as well. Number two, is it treated? Jade can be dyed. It can be impregnated with resins or polymers. So just ask. There's some tips for that as well, but ask if it's been treated. Ask where it's from. The third tip, just like pearls, I'm a big fan of pearls, is trust the vendor, not the stone. So buy from people that are reputable, that you think are going to be straight with you. Is it hard to tell in a market? Yes, but try to buy from somebody that's reputable. And the fourth tip is a big one. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. So if somebody offers you a $100 piece of imperial jade, run. With all these colors around me, I kind of wanted to talk about the colors of jade. Now, most of us, when we think of jade, think of that mossy green color. And indeed, that's what ancient Chinese jade was like. That's nephrite jade. But jade actually comes in a whole rainbow of colors. Nephrite comes in whites and grays and browns, and of course that mossy green. Then you've got the jadeite, and that is like a full spectrum of the rainbow. We've got the whites, the lavenders, which is one of my favorites, black, you name it, reds even. So jade isn't just green, and it's something that surprises a lot of people when they start learning about jade. Thank you for joining us at Hualin Market. My name is Matt Harris, Shop LC host, and I hope you'll join me for more gem adventures. I look forward to it. Subscribe so you can keep up with what we're doing, and comment because we will answer your questions. We love it because that makes us feel a little closer to you, and that keeps us going. I'll see you next time.